Hey everyone, my name is Angela Rogers. I'm our Children's Ministry Director over in Wilmington. Uh, and I hope you are all doing well and staying safe and staying healthy and staying home. I too have been staying home. This is my home. I live in Reading, and I think my experience during this time period might be just a little bit different than yours. Can tell it's pretty quiet here. I live alone, so I have been really relying a lot on technology, on Zoom, on Google, FaceTime, etc. It's been a lifesaver to stay connected with family and with friends and with all of you, with my church family. I wanted to just take a moment here this morning to share with you one of my very favorite verses. And it's not just a favorite during this time period, although it's been really helpful. Um, it's a favorite of mine for my whole life. And it comes from kind of an unexpected place. It's from the middle of the Old Testament in a book called Lamentations. Um, and maybe that seems a little bit odd, but in the middle of this book, there is these verses of hope that remind me very much of God's character and of how much we can rely on Him and be thankful and be just really reflecting on who He is in our lives. These verses have come up for me a number of times in my life, and I just have found very much comfort, a lot of comfort in them over the past few weeks. And it comes from Lamentations 3:22 through 24. And it says this: because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for His compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I say to myself, the Lord is my portion. Therefore, I will wait for Him. It feels like we're doing a whole lot of waiting right now and a whole lot of being stuck. But the good news is that God never fails, that each day that we are stuck at home, that each day that we spend at home with our families or with our roommates or even just with ourselves, God is always there. And God's compassion for us, God's faithfulness to us, and God's love for us are new every morning. God is gracious and comforting and loving. And some days I feel this more than others. And some days I just wake up and I'm so thankful for the way that God is getting me through this. And I hope that over the next day, maybe today, you can take some moments just to reflect on the faithfulness and reflect on the love of God throughout this time period. My prayer is that you remember His faithfulness and remember His goodness. God is the same, whether we are living our lives as we typically have done or whether we are staying at home. God remains the same. He will never change. And He can handle our frustrations and our anger and our complacency, all things of which I have been guilty of, especially during this time. But God doesn't change, and He loves us just the same every single day, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. May you take a few moments to reflect on that as you go about your day. I'll be praying for you, church family. I love you and I miss you. And hopefully, I will see you very soon.